And from that list, every day, you will have to start memorizing the dialogues or the sentences. Hello to all you out there. Today in this video, we're going to talk about how to speak like a native speaker. And I have come up with several tricky points and techniques that will help you speak like a real native speaker. Not completely, but at least close. There are several things you can do in order to just take up an accent and speak like a native speaker. Like, you'll have to work on your pronunciation and lots of other stuff. But the very first thing starts with watching movies and series. The very first step you have to take is to choose an accent pattern for yourself. Like, do you like to speak English with an American accent, or do you like to speak English with a British accent? You'll have to first determine this. After determining this, you'll have to choose a movie or a series. For example, when I was trying to choose an accent for myself or the pronunciation, I was just hesitating a little bit in terms of choosing a movie or a series, but finally I came up with one of the most famous series, which was called Game of Thrones. So I started watching that series and it helped me a lot. So the next thing you'll have to do is to just try to find the most interesting dialogues. Like, you're watching the series and all of a sudden from a very, a romantic scene, that romantic scene might attract you and you like it, so you just have to memorize that dialogue. The very first thing that you'll have to do is to just a list of phrases, expressions and sentences. And from that list, every day, you will have to start memorizing the dialogues or the sentences. And you'll have to start before the mirror, talking the way you just heard, just imitating the tone of voice, the pronunciation, the accent, whatsoever. Even if body language could help you, you'll have to just act the same. Then you will have to record your voice. That's very important. You'll have to record your voice and you have to listen to that voice. You have to compare the way you speak to the way that a native speaker, or for example, the character, the model you've chosen for yourself, you will have to just compare the way you speak and that person speaks. So you might notice some differences. You could have like an insight about this and you could work on that. Also, the next thing that you could do is to just find a native speaker as a friend on internet. So every time you just try to record your voices, you could send it to that person and ask for feedback. Like, what's my mistake? Do I have problem with the T? Do I have problem with the R? Do I have the problem with the, the speech in itself? What's my problem? And those feedbacks can be constructive and that will help you to improve your pronunciation. Plus accent, which totally will contribute to making you a person who could speak like a native speaker. And finally, at the very end, you will just have to keep on doing this for a long period of time. You might not expect yourself to just learn the accent and pronunciation in just a few weeks or just a few months. So you'll have to keep on practicing, unpracticing, but along with the feedbacks and stuff that I just told you. This is going the easy way. You could go the hard way too. You'll have to go and learn IPA spelling. You'll have to learn how every single word is pronounced, every single letter is pronounced. How many syllables do we have? What's stress syllable or syllable stress? All these kind of things. You'll have to go through all of these things in order to just learn practically and academically how to speak. But talking practically, not academically, without going through all these things. You could just watch movies and series and learn everything about pronunciation. Thanks for watching our video. If you want to see more of the same, so kindly like our videos, share our videos with your friends, and make sure you leave comments. Subscribe.